all my maps I had some variation of spruce or oak trees included, and today we take a deeper dive into the new biome, the jungle. With every release of my maps I try to improve and enhance certain features of the map. In my latest map I focused on new vegetation and to elevate the overall landscape, bringing new plants and trees and assets into the mix to elevate these to a new high. For this week's time lapse I want to show you part of the process of how the jungle trees were made. Over dozens of hours developing and experimenting, as well as discovering new techniques and gaining new insights. If you like what you see, go ahead and check out the description where you can find all the details and links to maps, source files and assets. Check out by Playing Minecraft to find all the latest updates to these. And if you want to know how to create assets like these for yourself, check out soon my channel for all the tutorials on this topic. Links are in the description. Let's start. For the most part of my assets I start out with a basic grid. It helps out with organizing and generating these assets. Always keep in mind that they have to be the same size. This will make it easier to stack and shift your selection in the process. WorldPainter gives you actually an option to place jungles and trees, but never also limits your creative approach in customization. Then there are also custom repositories, but yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of them. See, my biggest problem with the custom assets from other awesome creators is not the style or so, no. My primary problem is that they just don't fit into the survival. The jungle has a little exception, since we are used to these tree sizes from the normal Minecraft world, but the general reasons apply despite that. Reason number 1, the sheer size. I mean, when was the last time that you saw one of these big oak trees and said, "Hooray! This will only take 10 minutes to chop down, woohoo!" No. This is totally painful to chop down those. And reason number 2, every time you chop down these custom trees, you get like a full chest of logs, and including a whole IKEA catalog directly with it. Fancy fans, nicer dicer, but what I'm supposed to do with all these 100 chests full of stairs and fences? So for the trees, my primary goal is to stay within the normal Minecraft size, and limit it to it, and make it as much Minecrafty as possible. So no extra shit like fences or stairs or else. So here we go. There's not much room to play with. So I begin with creating a bunch of default trees, adding roots and trying to style the trunks to a more custom style. From there on we add branches, maybe split the main trunk and add all the leaves. There are different kind of trees I try to imitate, but to keep it the Minecraft feel, I stayed now with the few basics and enhanced them. Of course, these won't be the only assets in the future. I will make bigger ones in the future for sure. A recent development with the Taiga Forest showed a promising technique and way to integrate the proper big trees with way more elegance. What helps a lot. To add more styles of biomes and add more to the area itself, I created later in the video also the tree versions. The ones that have lost their leaves, or that were either chopped down or lost a trunk in the storm. These assets can be mixed to give a more incredible feel and make them like the area more like a dead forest, for example, or a burnt area. These assets are fantastic, and I'm looking into making way more and more custom assets of it. With enhancing and adding more biomes, the jungle one was a big focus point lately, creating a huge range of new trees and assets for the area. There's so much more work to do. I think they turned out pretty well, but unfortunately the jungle has a huge problem. When implementing and loading these assets onto our world, they will cause currently massive lag spikes. Since a good amount of cacao beans and vines will just randomly pop off. In my master test world I did not encounter this problem, So I'm currently a bit in the dark how to fix this. On one of my latest maps, Fion, it showed the first time. The lag spikes is an indication that these errors are being loaded. Cacao beans and vines have the wrong orientation and will be checked and going to pop off, dropping hundreds of items and causing an initial FPS burn. I think this can maybe be solved in the schematics by either eliminating the cacao beans or reducing them to a more proper amount, or setting them to a lower level of growth state. But this is an experiment for a different time. I will look in the next days further into this problem and try to figure out how to fix this. But for now, removing or reducing the amount seems like the only option. Maybe reducing the growth state could also help. But yeah, for now, redoing these assets might be the only option. But despite that, the generated jungles by WorldPainter don't have this issue. So to be honest, I feel a little bit trolled by WorldPainter. But maybe you guys have a good suggestion from me you are willing to share in the comments. But yeah, this is it. If you like today's time-lapse, drop a like and support your little YouTubers like me. In the future we will dive deeper into the workflow and creation of those assets and how they were developed, as well as bringing more and more awesome crafts to you. This is Madden and you're watching a World Engineering Time-Lapse Asset Edition.